Hi everybody, welcome to the Quench Life podcast. My name is Jillian and with me today is Val. Val, thank you for coming on the show.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you taking the time out of your
pleasure.
busy day. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your fitness journey, just a little bit of how you started working out and what that's looked like for you over time.
Sure, I think my fitness journey could be equated to a roller coaster, I think. A lot of up and downs, you know. When I got out of school, I wasn't really an athlete in school, so I wasn't involved in a lot of physical activity in school. And then in the late 80s, I was into the, aerobic videos,
Val.
like Jackie Swartz.
Yes, matching
Richard
outfits
Simmons. Yeah,
and spandex.
Yeah,
Oh,
all that.
I'm into that.
So we did that,
Yeah.
and then got into working a little bit in the early 90s. Then I got married.
Yeah.
And we had our kids early. And we had 4 kids in 5 years. And so the 90s pretty much are a blur to me. And that was my workout really, was just kind of running out after them and walks with them and that kind of thing. And then once my youngest went off to school, I kind of had a little bit more time. I got myself a part-time job thanks to my husband. I was blessed to be able to stay home with the kids. So that was really great.
Yeah.
But then once my youngest went off to school, I got a part-time job as a preschool teacher. So I was like a glutton for punishment, I think. And
How long were you a preschool teacher for?
10 years.
Off Cape, right? Because you
Off
moved
Cape,
to the Cape
yes.
a little bit ago. So
Yeah, we've been on Cape permanently just about 2 years now.
Okay.
So we were out in Linfield, Mass, and that's where we raised the family. And so once he went off to school and I got this part-time job, I was doing still kind of stuff at home, some step aerobics and things at home. Never did any classes or anything like that. And then a really good friend of mine at home asked me if I would be interested in running a marathon with her. She was turning 40, and she said, I really want to do this. And I'm like, I don't run. I've never run. I don't know. And she goes, no, I haven't either, but let's do it. So after a couple glasses of wine, she convinced me, and we did it, and we trained, and we couldn't qualify, obviously, so we ran for an organization, Leukemia Lymphoma, which was great.
So that was your first, running
commitment.
You just were in it to win it.
Yeah, and it was like my first commitment to something.
Sure.
I had an end game.
Yeah.
It was an end game, so it was a lot. Training was a lot, but it was fun. It was great, and if I can digress a little bit, I have this little story from it just motivates me every time I think about it. So we ran for Leukemia Lymphoma. We had to wear purple pinnies that said the organization on it. And we're at mile 21. And believe me, I'm like a 5-hour marathoner. So it's not breaking any records here.
That's a huge commitment, running those marathons.
But so we're at Heartbreak Hill,
Yep.
mile 21. And every mile along the route, they have Red Cross tents for various reasons. So Patty and I are running up the hill, and we see this nurse running towards us. And I said, Patty, do we look that bad? Because we're plodding, and not running. We're struggling up the hill. And I said, oh my God, what is wrong? And she comes running over to us, and she's crying. And she said, can I just thank you, girls, for running for this cause? Because of you and raising money, I was able to be in my son's hospital room while he had treatment. And I was like, it still gives me chills thinking about it. But it's oh my, okay, we're gonna finish this thing and we're gonna get it done. And so she motivated us, and it was just to, I'm blessed that my kids are all healthy, and the fact that we could raise money to help this organization and this family. So that was kind of that was so worth it, worth it. And then after that, I kept running. I kind of did half marathons and 10Ks, so that continued my running journey.
Yeah. Did you enjoy it?
I did.
Yeah.
I really did like it. And believe me, we weren't fast. We went to a post-race, and Bill Rogers was there, and he was mingling with the crowd, and he says, so how'd you girls do? How'd you do? And we're like, oh, we had 5.5 hours. And he's like, oh my God, I couldn't do it. He said, I couldn't run 5.5 hours. I thought, okay, this is pretty good if he thinks that's, so anyway. So then 5 years go by, and I was turning 40, so I said to her, do you want to run another one? And so we trained and we ran. So we did 2001, and then we did 2006.
Wow.
And it was great.
Yeah.
And then after that, my knees started going, my hips started going, age starts to creep up a little bit, plantar fasciitis, all that stuff. And so I kind of weaned off running.
Yeah.
And that's when I kind of joined the big box gyms, and went in, and Didn't really like them because they're so overwhelming, and you know, you get the bodybuilders, and then you get and you try to look for support, and it just kind of didn't really love it.
Yeah. Like just trying to find a place that you fit into along the way.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And so then a friend of my daughter's actually graduated from college with, I'm not really sure her degree, but it was in physical education, and she opened a spin cycle
Cool.
place. And so really to support her, I joined. I said, okay, I'm gonna try it. I had never done spin before. Well, I loved it. I became like a spin junkie. I just loved spinning. So we did that a lot. And then we moved here. And so then I had nothing, you know, we didn't really know anybody, so I had to start all over. But I knew that I wanted to join a gym somewhere. So I kind of was starting to look around. And then one day I'm over at Federal Express, and I look over and I see Quench Training for Women. I'm like, oh, training for women, that really is intriguing to me. So I went home, Googled it, and was really interested. Called, came in, talked to you, and joined, and that's kind of
Here you are.
here I am. And now I can honestly say I've never been more committed for myself.
Yeah.
In anything. I mean, the running was one thing. That was kind of like I was running the marathon. I had to raise money. You know, I did it and whatever. But this here, I do it like for me.
Yeah.
I feel like I get up. I try to come like 5 times a week. It's just. It's great.
So do you find, is it a different mindset that you have? Like what has changed that? So it's because it seems like you've enjoyed fitness along the way. So
Yeah,
it's not
I
like you did not fitness. You like that. So what do you feel like it's like a personal thing, or just like the time that you are in your life right now, or what?
Yeah, I think, well, the kids are pretty much on their own.
Yeah.
And I'm not working.
Yeah.
So I feel like, okay, I'm going to do something for me now.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think that's really what it is. And
so okay to take a moment and say that I'm going to do something for myself. I think a lot of us don't make that verbal timeout of like, nope, this is my time.
For so long I just was, you know, obviously, as you know, all mothers are busy with their kids and that kind of thing. But I really enjoy it, and I can honestly say I never thought I would enjoy wanting to go to the gym. You know? But like, I don't even feel like this is going to the gym. This is, you know, it's like coming, I know this sounds corny, but it's like coming to a community. It's like we're family, you know, you see the same people, and you know, like the things you do for us, and the activities you have, extracurricular, and the challenges and all that stuff. It's just, it's fun, and there's no, it's not, you're not intimidated. There's no, you know, I don't know.
Well, thank you for the kind words.
Well, you're welcome. It's
That's
true,
our goal.
though. It's true.
It's to give you a nice, safe and comfortable spot to be successful. And for us, you know, we always have felt that women, it's always been intimidating to lift weights. And so it's always so cool to have a spot that we dedicated so that you can do that. And watching everybody be so successful along the way and see that they can do it. Because I think for a lot of women, that's what it is that we lack self-confidence and feeling like, oh, I can do that. And, you know, being able to say like, no, you can lift weights. You can, you are stronger than you think. It's so empowering to watch everybody go through that process, but then, you know, the process that happens for everybody through that.
I know. And I hope that I want to give I have 2 girls and 2 boys, and I want to give my daughters that message, you know, like, because I really was all about them, and which was fine, and it was great, and I have no regrets, but you need to take a little time for yourself. You need to take that little bit of time and, you know, just do something for you. So do you mind if I ask what brought you to the Cape from the city area type? We actually rented a place in Osterville for about 20 years. Oh, okay. Neither my husband nor I came to the Cape as children. We just decided to try a vacation one weekend, and we just loved it. And so we just rented a place, and then eventually my husband, we decided when he retired a couple of years ago that we were going to make this our permanent home. So it's always just interesting to know how everybody like, how'd you get here? I think they call us washer shores. I think that's what it is. I think that's an official term. I'm not sure. 100% sure. So. And how have you adjusted? Because it's quite a big difference. Yeah, it is. I miss my friends. I don't really miss being back there, because this is like new for us now. You know, but I miss my friends back at home. But you know, we're starting to make, you know, new friends in our neighborhood and that kind of thing. But with COVID, I mean, the kids, they were all like, my oldest is in Chicago, my other ones are in Boston, and now they've all come back because they can work remotely, and it's they're saving
new life adjustment. You're like, we were tired to come to the Cape to be alone. not for everybody to move in.
I think we were empty nesters for like a minute, but they, and to be honest, I'm happy that they want to come back to be with us.
100%.
It's like I complain about it and stuff, but I do.
Yeah.
I do enjoy
It's
them.
nice to have everybody home, and especially because everything's just so funky right now.
Yeah.
It's just nice to know that everybody's.
And God love my son-in-law. My daughter's just married a year. They're here now for the next 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
So he's a trooper.
Yeah.
Being with his
From
in-laws.
Chicago, right? That's a huge change too.
Yeah.
Chicago to Cape Cod, that's like as night and day as you can go.
Yeah. I'm like, this is chill. We're chill here. We just chill.
This is not high temp.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
Are there any specific fitness goals that you're looking to accomplish, or after kind of going through these processes, has anything changed for you in your mind and what you're trying to accomplish?
I think, as we all get older, just to stay flexible and to have energy and just to keep going. I mean, eventually I hope I have grandchildren that I'd like to be able to chase around and walk around and that kind of thing. But just to kind of stay healthy and, like the 45 program that you're doing, I'm doing, and that nutrition is great and that. So, and I think getting stronger lifting weights is something that I really never thought. I just think more cardio, a lot of doing cardio, going to the gym. So I think.
So how did you feel about weights when you first saw them and was like, oh.
I was a little like, oh, I can't do those.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to do that. And then, and again, this is going to sound corny, but like you push, it's like, no, Val, I think you can do, 50 pounds on that or, whatever. And like, okay, I'll try. And you can do it. So, yeah.
I think that's the most interesting part about when you talk about weights, especially with women. You had 4 kids. You probably put all 4 of them on your back with the groceries and carried them up the stairs. Like you never at one point where you're like, well, you're 25 pounds and you're 30 pounds. So I feel like sometimes I just want to take the weight numbers off the weights so nobody knows.
Yeah.
Just pick it up and see if you can do it. Because you get in your head like, oh, I'm not strong enough. Oh, I can't do that.
Absolutely.
So that empowerment, I love that. I love when you can get empowered and see that you can do it and see that you can be successful with it.
Yeah. So it's a great option to have it here.
All right, so last question.
Oh.
What is your favorite exercise when you come into the gym, or movement or thing that you do when you come here?
Well, I love spin. I still love spin.
Still love spin, yeah?
That was one of the things when I met with you and that was an option. I said, okay, well, they have spin, so I can do spin. I'm not sure about the rest of this stuff, but I can do spin.
Yep.
So spin is, I think, my favorite.
Still number one.
Still number
which
one.
Is cool.
And I actually love boxing, which I was so intimidated about. So intimidating, but it is so much fun and love that. Love boxing. And I think for weights, I love the triple threat. I love that, just the upper body.
The upper body, yep.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what we bicep curl to an overhead press to a tricep.
Get it
so
all
it's a
in
hard,
there.
it's like a good all-for-one.
Yeah, it is. I like that. So.
Well, thank you for coming on our podcast today. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day. But we'll see you guys next time. There's so much information about what women should be doing to stay fit and healthy, it makes it hard to know what information is right. Join me, Jillian Russo, every Wednesday as I interview women who have finally made themselves a priority. Each episode contains inspirational stories from women just like you who have had enough and have decided to make health and fitness part of their everyday lives. I'll also be inviting other health and wellness professionals to share their stories and provide tips on health, nutrition, wellness, life, and much more.